Hello everybody, and welcome to the 5th episode of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I'm Orieus.
I'm Wing.
And we ended up running into quite a few problems, actually. So, number one, our auxiliary cable ended up going offline. Like, it just died. So we had to go get a new aux cable right as we were getting ready to set up for recording. Wing went to the store, and we got the new aux cable set up, and that's what I originally was explaining in this intro, because in addition to our aux cable going offline, our audio got corrupted. So we are going to be doing a voiceover over the footage that we gathered, because there were quite a few different world events and item pickups that happened during this, as well as some skills that it would be unfair to simply skip all that and leave you guys in the dark.
Plus the cutscenes.
Yeah. So you guys are going to notice, I'm going to go through here, and I was talking about how I acquired the run and slide skill here, and then I also acquired the Nightjar Slash. The reason why is because while Wing was going to the store, I was farming. It's why I have over 2,000 sen and a bunch of skill points. We have our Shinobi prosthetic tools, and I was determined to go defeat those enemies that had the shields. So this is me sneaking around this area, trying to move over to the checkpoint that's over there.
You know, I've never really noticed the moss that was on the roof before. It's a very nice detail.
What, the moss?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I've never... Just goes to show, even when you're rewatching something, you're gonna find new stuff.
Yeah. So, I think what I was trying to do here is I was trying to get a wall hug execution. I've been doing... I was doing those while I was grinding, so...
Well, instead it just takes them, 3 minutes to notice you 2 feet in front of their face.
So now I'm panicking because, of course, the game is meant for one-on-one duels, so when you're being ganked, it's nearly impossible to fight anything.
Because the game decided, never mind the Hollywood school of fighting, let's go Dark Souls.
Yeah, they just up and decided they were going to start getting good at that. My biggest issue with the combat in this game is the fact that so many enemies, they all have such weird wind-ups to their attacks. That's the biggest thing, is that nobody attacks at the speed that you do. You see an attack start to wind up, and you have to, in order to get a proper deflection, deflect right as it's about to hit you. But in order to be able to predict when that's going to be, you have to know, how long the attack normally takes, and know all the animations for sure. And then you have people like this guy, Axe Dude, that have poise on some attacks, but then not on others, and it just feels frustrating.
Another detail that I just now noticed, the guy that you killed first when you jumped down had a torch that went out instantly when he died.
I guess.
Well, obviously I know there's limitations within the game engine and the like, but normally, if a torch is burning and the person holding it dies, it doesn't go out immediately.
I don't think that's necessarily detailed as much as it's just a, like you said, it's a limit to the game engine.
I can choose to view it as a detail.
I suppose.
It's interesting. I get, probably there's a lot of games that do stuff like that, but, I don't know, it was just interesting. I'm, paying attention to different stuff now.
Yeah.
Is that grass growing on the roof, in addition to the moss?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to actually plunging attack that guy there, but once you jump, you can't really change your momentum mid-jump, so you have to already be moving before you actually jump.
So would you consider the camera to be more of an enemy than the actual enemies?
No.
Okay.
No, the actual enemies in this game are... Even the most basic of enemies proves to be a challenge if there's anything more than just one enemy at a time.
Fair enough.
It's why I firmly believe this game is meant to be played, trying to be as stealthy as possible. But then you have situations like these, two enemies right here, where it's like, how am I supposed to deal with that? And you guys will end up seeing later, the guy that's behind me, not the spear guy, but the other dude, even if I were to try and stealth kill him, the guy that currently sees me right now, Axe Boy, spots you, even if you try and backstab Archer. So
there's just no winning, because the angles are ridiculous.
Yeah, there's just no opportunity to do proper stealth gameplay. And because of that, when there's more than one enemy at a time that spots you, it's just blatantly unfair.
But we still have stupid AI that gets stuck on stairs, at least.
Yeah. The only problem is that in this instance, it's actually more of a detriment than anything else.
Yeah, because Spear Boy's not too far.
Yeah, I need him to come back up here, like he's trying to do. So I end up trying to fight him anyway. And Spear Boy notices, but thankfully, you move pretty friggin' fast in this game, so...
Which is nice. I mean, can you imagine if you had to fight enemies like this while you're fat rolling?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, and then,
countering thrust attacks.
Yeah, because it talks about the Mikiri counter there, which is one of the skills that I have, so I went into this fight feeling fairly confident.
And then the joystick said no. I do like how when he does that thrust, he's got that bit of wind around his blade.
Yeah. And this is where things get irritating, because...
I still think that's really neat.
It's a nice attack and all, but the Mikiri counter, you cannot be moving whatsoever when you press circle. If you do, you will simply dodge.
I do like the Shinobi Hunter character design, though. I think that's actually really neat.
He looks cool, and honestly, when I'm looking back at this, I can see exactly what it is I need to do in these instances. I could see, okay, I should have deflected there and whatnot. I get it. It's not like I have no clue how to play the game, but when you're in the fight like that, especially considering these are so many enemies that can kill you in just 2 to 3 hits, it's so hard to keep track of everything.
Right, cutscene.
Yeah, and then this is where I ended up getting introduced to the fact that when you die, if unseen aid doesn't go off, people start getting dragon rot.
Actually, I think it is just because it's a you've died so many times thing, so here's a detriment. It does reduce your unseen aid, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying that every time that I've died before this, unseen aid went off, I'm pretty sure.
Most of them. Not all, but most.
Gotcha.
Which was a nice percentage given the 30%.
Only 30%, yeah. So right here, the sculptor and then the old woman who wanted me to give the bell as an offering that let me into the memory. Yeah, the timid maid. So both of them now get dragon rot.
Yeah, and we're about to talk to the sculptor and he'll explain that.
Yeah, he explains what dragon rot is. Oh, this does.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you die, people can get dragon rot, and the more you die, the more people are afflicted. And then eventually, I'd assume, they end up,
Possibility of dying.
Yeah, you can potentially have NPCs start dying.
Well, the sculptor is not one of them, but who knows about the others.
Potentially.
So yeah, you can see the unseen aid has dropped from 30% to 13%.
Yeah.
So you figure that's what, 8.5% per instance of rot essence that you have?
Something like that, yeah.
That's some nasty coughing.
Dragon rot. The stagnation overflows and spreads. A disease that leads eventually to death.
What are you talking about?
You don't need to worry about me. I'm not normal, you see. It's difficult for me to speak now. Ask Emma about the rest.
Yeah. Emma being, this lady over here.
Doctor friend.
Yeah. Dogen's
Have you
apprentice.
seen the sculptor
Yes.
lately?
Yes. He's...
All I know is what Dogen told me long ago. That the dragon's heritage can bestow the power of resurrection. However, it is not any ordinary power. Repeated use leads to stagnation, which will eventually reach a point where it overflows. This causes those who do not have the power to become sick. A disease known as dragon rot. He knew much about it, but even so, he was unable to determine a cure. Forgive me.
Is there a way to treat this dragon rot?
I do not know. However, it must be stopped. I am unsure. But the first step is to look through my mentor's research and see if I can discover a way.
Thank you.
So I'm wondering,
Goodbye.
obviously the immortal guy that you can use as a training dummy, pretty sure he's not going to get the infection.
Well, no, I don't think so either.
But I'm curious if Emma will. Or if there's something in regards to her unknown master. Maybe she's got the heritage as well, and it's just hidden somewhere, unlike the mark on your face and your hair.
Well, I'm starting to think that, other than the sculptor himself, that, whoever else gets Dragon Rot, I bet you it's probably, randomized. Because for the one woman to get it seems very odd, her of all people.
Which I can understand, but to be fair, it's not like you actually know too many people.
I guess.
Because, it's the 3 people at the dilapidated temple, the old woman, and Kuro. I guess technically Lord Genichiro, but I'm willing to bet they're not going to give the big bad guy tuberculosis, basically. Which actually, I wonder if that's what it is.
Honestly, I bet you it's probably something more, magical, to be honest.
Yeah, especially given, the resurrection power. Oh, it's a little, stream channel in front of the wall. I didn't notice that before either. There's a little mini bridge, and then, yeah.
I'm pretty sure those are actually just, gutter systems.
Probably. But it's a nice little detail.
Yeah.
I really do love how much more quickly that axe helps make this little encounter right here.
Yeah. And right there, you guys saw that I was swinging at him even though the death blow marker was on him and just, it was refusing to give me a death blow. Don't get me wrong, I'm having fun with Sekiro, but stuff like that happens all the time. This game, on occasion, can feel extremely unresponsive, and with how absolutely punishing it is, it really hinders the experience at times.
Yeah, a game like this, you can't really have it be all that janky.
Here I am trying to hide from the archer that saw me.
But he's got, magic, true vision, heat sight, something or other. He's like a heat-seeking missile.
I think it's mainly just the fact that, once they see you, unless you actually hide behind something, they can't, lose sight of you.
Well, it doesn't stop the archers from shooting at any roofs or buildings you're hiding behind anyway.
Yeah. But, he watched me head up here, and I think he's just kind of, firing as cover fire.
Which is possible.
I don't know. Like I've said before, I think that the stealth mechanic in this wasn't completely realized.
Yeah, I agree. It probably could have been improved on. It's not bad, but it could probably be better.
Man, I feel bad. It feels like we're tearing this game apart. I don't mean to. Like I said, I'm having fun with it. I really am. I want to play more. The fact that we're doing these Let's Play episodes actually hinders how much of it I can play, because with Wing's work schedule, we can only record when she's home.
And I work when there's school.
Yeah, Wing's a school photographer.
Yeah.
But, we can only record when she's home, and so that makes it so that I can't play as often as I would normally want to. You know, I mean, I'm still fairly early on, and I've already dumped, this is episode 5, so a minimum of 2.5 hours into this game, and I'm still extremely early on in it.
I think it's closer to 3, because we did have a couple of episodes go over.
Yeah, you know, well, I did say minimum.
True.
But yeah, you know, like here, I killed Archer Dude, but then guy up there still saw me, even though it was meant to be a stealth kill. So once again, it's just reinforcing the fact that it feels like you can't stealth this section. And that sucks, because one of the enemies is capable of killing me in, like, one hit. And this is around the time that I ended up realizing that maybe I'm actually not meant to do this quite yet, and that I should probably get a little bit more skilled.
I do like the... obviously you can't see it because it's not on screen right now, but I do like the fog wall. And it seems to fade whenever you're not in combat, at least when you're not close to it.
Yeah. I mean, like, dang, man, he friggin' hit me with a single thrust and took away, like, 2/3 of my health bar. Like, I get he's a shinobi hunter and everything, but holy hell. Yeah, so I end up doing this to try and hope that I can take out one of the other guy, the one that's not the shinobi hunter, the one other remaining enemy.
Yeah, the one with the katana.
Yeah, you know, I think I'm hiding up here, if I remember correctly. I was hiding up here because I was hoping that eventually they'd lose track of me, that I could just go down and take him out without much problem. But the shinobi hunter did not want to cooperate.
I think you also got a little impatient, too.
Yeah. At this point, I was just wanting to continue. You know, I saw that there was a fog wall right there, and my brain was like, ooh, boss. So I just wanted to, you know, move forward at this point.
I do wonder, the next time you do go to fight him, oh yeah, and the grappling hook not cooperating.
Yeah, the grappling hook targeting something that I'm not even looking in the direction towards.
But I wonder if you can set him on fire next time, see how well that works.
That's what I was trying to do here, and then it just didn't want to cooperate with me.
Oh, I had thought you were trying to, do the, counter thing.
No, I mean, like, that's why I switched to the flame then.
Oh, okay. I mean, with any luck, we'll start finding more seeds for the gourd soon.
Hopefully. I mean, one of them dropped from a mini-boss enemy like the one I'm currently fighting, so...
True. I didn't
Man,
realize that was a flurry of thrusts.
It sucks so much. It feels like no matter what I do, you know... You have to be so precise with the deflection. And with the wind-ups being so varied and enemies having so many attacks, it feels like you have to do a lot of sitting around and waiting for them to show you all their combos before you feel comfortable actually doing anything about it, you know?
Yeah, which... I can understand wanting to encourage people to take that time, but the game is so fast-paced, you don't feel like you can take that time.
Yeah, and it was around this point that I was getting frustrated and super angry, and I was cussing, so I was like, alright, screw it. Maybe I'm not meant to be here, I'll just move on to a different area.
Unintentional benefit to the audio being corrupted. No cursing.
You kidding? People love hearing others rage.
Fair enough.
But, so at this point I was like, alright, screw it. I know that there was, you know, in this direction, you know, last time I died in this area, it was due to Big Boy with the cannon.
Yeah, shooting the fireworks at you.
Yeah, shooting fireworks. So I was like, alright, let's head back to that area and see if I can do anything about that.
I think this was the point where we were discussing the possibility of if you get killed the first time before resurrecting, if you could let an enemy walk away and then maybe get a surprise death blow on them. And I think you brought up Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, what it was is Wing was saying that when I die and it gives me the option to resurrect, why not let the enemies walk away so that I can then, you know, sneak up on them and perform another death blow. To which my response was, well, I don't know how long it lingers on that screen. of allowing you to resurrect, you know? Because, like, in Metal Gear Solid, for instance, you could take the fake death pill, but if you stayed fake dead for long enough, you would actually die. And I don't know if this game follows suit.
It is an experiment we can do at some point.
Yeah. I'm still getting accustomed to everything that's here, and as somebody who has gotten all of the platinum trophies, or 100% completion for all the other Souls games besides Demon Souls, this game is doing a very good job of making me feel like I have no clue what's going on. And while...
It's just a nice change of pace.
I was going to say, it's definitely a good thing, you know, it doesn't feel like a cakewalk. It also means that I'm getting very frustrated, because I know that I'm better than this. I once again try to get another, wall hug kill.
I know. He just did not want to move that one extra step closer.
Yep. Yeah, enemy AI in this game is honestly frustrating a lot of the time.
Something you should see you can do sometime is see if you can purchase ceramic shards.
Right. I ended up picking up one finally from another enemy around here, but yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't help you in it.
Yeah, because I don't think I ended up showing it in this footage, but
I finally figured out the ceramic shards.
I finally learned how the ceramic shards actually, work. You have to literally throw them at an enemy and hit them in order to get their attention. All those times I was throwing the ceramic shards right next to an enemy and nothing was happening. That's because you actually need to throw it at the enemy. Right here I'm trying to hide from Cannon Boy, and despite the fact that I have, clearly something covering my body, he's still able to see me.
As you can see by the triangle over his head.
Yeah. Yeah, as he slowly is able to, see me. And now, at this point, I started panicking. I was just looking for somewhere to go, something to do.
Okay, now we know how to get around that next time. Yeah. And yeah, he hits very hard with the cannon and is willing to shoot you point blank with it.
I had to heal, panic dodging this cannon over and over again.
But hey, finally killed him.
And then this is where I got gunpowder, yeah.
Black grains forming the base for gunpowder. Material used in alchemical prosthetic tool upgrades, including those of an explosive and occultic nature. Even the most mundane form of gunpowder has a wide variety of applications. I had commented, I wonder if you can use it to upgrade your little fire burst thingy.
Yeah, the flame vent.
Yeah, that. I can't. Oh, you got antidote powder at the same time. I'm not the best at remembering names for things. I'm one of those people that you hear me say the thingy with the thing for the thing with the thing pretty frequently.
Yeah, and then I started complaining about why did I jump so far to the left there when I just wanted to jump basically straight down. I don't know, it feels like this game has a very weird sense of momentum to it. It's not bad. Like, again, I feel terrible. I feel like we're just ripping into this game. It's not a bad game. It's just hard to get accustomed to.
I really started discussing that we're not sure we can actually walk off of ledges or not without legitimately throwing ourselves off of them.
Yeah, because I've fought enemies near ledges quite a few times now, and every single time, it doesn't matter how hard I hit them or how many times I hit them while they're near the ledge, they just don't fall off. You can't push enemies off of ledges.
I think you were telling me while you were grinding earlier, because you ran through earlier areas as well, one of the guys walked off the ledge on his own, but you couldn't kick him off, right?
No, it's not that one of the guys walked off the ledge on his own. We in an earlier episode, we saw that one guy go running off the edge.
Was that an earlier episode?
I want to say so. Either that or that was one of the times that our footage got corrupted in the first episode and we had to restart yet again. Yeah, guys, we had to re-record our first episode of this Let's Play like 7 times.
Yeah.
It was insane. Just every single time that we thought we had it figured out, either the video quality was terrible, or the audio quality was terrible, or a piece of equipment didn't want to cooperate,
And we just talked through it, but we just picked up a piece of scrap iron.
Yeah, which it said that it could upgrade, other shinobi tools and stuff like that.
Which I bet you can use that for, all of it.
I bet you that's probably like the axe or something.
Probably.
But like, this Let's Play has been very, very grueling, very challenging. It's been a very rough ride so far. Lots of technical difficulties, lots of things going wrong.
We've been getting it figured out, and then something else happens or goes wrong.
Yeah. Like, this time our audio got corrupted. What actually happened was one of the cords for our equipment was faulty, other than the aux cable.
Yeah, you know how we have those cats that like to get in the way? Yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up having to, reset up my microphone because all the settings on it were wrong due to it getting improperly unplugged by one of the cats, and just... It was a friggin' terrible, terrible ordeal, but at this point is around the time that I said that we were going to start calling it. Well, Wing mentioned that we should probably call it. I had like 4 skill points left over, yeah, so we were like, alright, let's go ahead and go spend those. And Wing recommended that I go over to the prosthetic arts and get the upgrade to my medicine, since I've been getting my ass kicked so much.
And of course we read these, which Aroma also increases the healing effects of recovery items, and it says something about the medicine still smells bad even though...
Yeah, rather than it talking about taste, it's talking about scent.
Just interesting little tidbits here and there.
Yeah, so the medicine tastes bad, it smells bad, and then this is the reverse Nightjar Slash, which performs a spinning leap attack that can quickly close with or create distance from foes, yada yada. It's the same thing as the Nightjar Slash, however, as I'll end up flipping the screen here and you'll be able to see, if you hold the analog stick back when you perform it, you'll hit them and then jump away from them.
Which is going to be interesting to see applied in combat.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that I want to end up getting. But honestly, I think one of the other things I really want to do is I want to start upgrading my stealth. Because I wonder if I upgrade, stealth techniques, does that reduce, like, enemy vision range and stuff like that?
It's something to find out later.
But this is where I ended up saying that we were going to call it. So, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry about the audio issues. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. We really, really appreciate you guys sticking with us, and we will see you next time.
Have a good night.
Awkward silence.